Live from Cowley College, welcome to the Tiger's Den.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Tiger's Den. I'm Andrew Burgos.
I'm T-Legs.
And I'm Arthur Anderson III.
And let's bring you some sports talk. Alright guys, college football season is finally here. You guys ready for this?
Yes, sir.
I'm ecstatic.
You couldn't be any more happy right now. It is about to be the best time of the year. Football is back. So, since football is back, let's talk a bit local right here about K-State KU. New coaches, what do you think, Arthur?
Honestly, for me personally, just because you get a new head coach doesn't mean you're going to be a 15-0 championship team.
For sure.
At the end of the day, it's about the players. So only the coaches can do so much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not expecting them to be, perfect, but I do expect them, KU to be at least 3-2 opening season and K-State 4-1. Those are my predictions.
See, with KU and their football team, I'm going to have to say, they're going to take another step than they did last year. But K-State is still the football team of the state, so I think they're going to come out on top. Better overall than KU, for sure.
Well, I'm going to be that guy, guys. KU is going to win their first 5 games. Going to go 5-0.
Absolutely not.
And I think they're going to beat K-State this year, so it's going to be really, really cool to see what happens. Both great teams. I just have a feeling that Les Miles is going to do amazing things for Kansas football this year.
I'd agree. Yeah.
It's going to be a football and basketball college, and there's not many of those at all for sure.
We'll see when we see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I seriously think KU's got a chance this year. I really do. With Puka Williams Jr. in the back, running that ball, and their quarterback, you never know. Les Miles is really going to change the whole thing.
Which they have a team that, this is probably their best recruiting class, and I'd say the past 10 years.
Without a doubt.
For sure, yeah.
So we'll see what happens. As the preseason begins, we're going to start talking Heisman picks. Who do you have, Arthur?
Oh my gosh. Of course I'm going to go with my guy, Trevor Lawrence, a.k.a. Sunshine.
Yes, sir.
Pretty good.
He's only a sophomore, and he already led a team to national championship as a freshman.
He did.
Yes, he did.
So I'm highly impressed, and my top pick is Trevor Lawrence for this year.
And I'd have to agree, Mr. Sunshine himself,
Yes,
T-Law, he's going to be throwing to ETN and Higgins, and I think it's going to be a good team.
Yeah, you guys, great pick. But I'm going to kind of step out of the box, not by much. I'm actually going to say it's going to be Tua Tagovailoa,
Okay.
the Alabama Crimson Tide quarterback. So I think he's going to do a really good job and show Trevor Lawrence up this year. I really think so. I think it's going to happen.
Well, I definitely do believe it'll be a matchup, without a doubt.
For sure.
They'll probably play sooner or later.
And then you never know. I think ETN's got a chance on the Clemson running back to actually possibly win the Heisman this year. So it's going to be a really good season for that, and we cannot
Without a
wait
doubt.
to
Indeed.
see that Heisman battle coming towards the end of the season.
For sure.
Now, one of my favorite parts of the show, the top 5 games of the week. Each week we're going to highlight 5 games, and we're going to make our picks, and we're going to add all the picks up at the end of the show and see who has the best record. Let's start it off, boys, with the biggest game of this week, I think, the Oregon Ducks versus the Auburn Tigers. Who do you got, Arthur, and why?
My pick for this week is going to be Auburn. Overall, they're a consistent team.
sure.
The Mighty Ducks, of course, they have great uniforms.
Amazing
without a
uniforms.
doubt. So I got to give them that.
For sure.
But just because you have good uniforms doesn't make you a good team.
That's
so
right.
my pick overall is going to be Auburn. They have consistency. Overall, they have a great offense and a defense, so I can't wait to see go out there and play.
I'm going to have to agree. I'm going to take Auburn as well. They got a crazy DN in Derek Brown.
Right.
They got Big Cat Bryant. I think it's going to be tremendous.
Well, for the heck of it, I'm going to pick Oregon because I love their uniforms, and I don't really know too much about either one of these teams. So I'm going to pick Oregon just biased on their uniforms. Let's go
Wow.
Ducks.
You're like that unwanted brother.
Yes, that's for sure. But you know what? Let's go Ducks.
Okay.
All right, here we go. The second game of this week, Clemson versus Georgia Tech. Arthur, who do you got?
Oh, Clemson, without a doubt. They're one of the best teams currently in the NCAA. They have a solid offense, a solid defense. Overall, great team spirit. I'm just going to appreciate the fact that Georgia Tech is just going to go out there and play. So overall, my pick is going to be Clemson.
And I'm going to have to agree, Clemson, probably the best team in college football today, like they were last year. I don't think they're going to disappoint at all.
I'm going to pick Clemson as well. I think Clemson's just going to blow Georgia Tech out of the water. I'm going to say Clemson scores around 56 points. I'm going to roll with that. I'm going to make the final score. I'm just going to randomly guess 56-7. That's going to be the score I think.
You know what? I'll give
happen.
Georgia Tech a little bit of a try.
Yeah.
I think it'll go about 14-42.
All right, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Give them a chance.
Yeah, so we'll give them a chance. Now let's move on to the third game of the week. This is actually one of my favorite ones because it's going to bring up a great conversation. Texas versus Louisiana Tech. Let me ask you guys both. We'll start off with Arthur. Make your pick. Is Texas football back?
Of course it's back. I'm extremely biased. I'm from Dallas, Texas, so I got to go with Texas. I know they haven't been the best team in history, but I do have high chances for them. I know overall they do lack consistency by each year, but I have high expectations for them. So my pick of the week is Texas.
I'm going to have to pick Texas as well. I think Sam Ehlinger is going to be, crazy at the quarterback position this year, and we're going to see how it pans out.
I'm definitely going to pick Texas in this game because they are facing Louisiana Tech. And like most Big 12 schools, the first week is a lower level Division I team. So I'm very excited to see what they'll do. With all their new players and the quarterback coming back, it's going to be great. I do think they could possibly make a New Year's Six Bowl this year, so we'll see how that goes. All right, guys, the fourth game is the Duke Blue Devils versus the Alabama Crimson Tide. Arthur, who do you got?
Well, I fully respect both teams, but I have to pick Alabama. Honestly, I haven't even kept up with Duke football very well because they're more of a basketball school.
Who has kept up with Duke football?
Honestly, I forgot they had a football team.
Let's be real here.
My pick of the week is going to be Alabama, without a doubt.
Right.
I'm going to have to agree as well. Alabama will probably kick the snot out of these children. I haven't heard anything from Duke since Zion, so we'll see how it goes.
That's a long time.
That's a hard. That's a hard.
And he's going to eat in the league.
There. Oh man, that's a hard take. Since this is a football game, guys, I'm going to pick the Alabama Crimson Tide with Tua Tagovailoa and just Nick Saban in general. They're going to do really good. What team with Nick Saban in Alabama hasn't done good? They've just kept on rolling. Key, roll, Tide. So we're definitely going to pick. All of us pick the Alabama Crimson Tide for a good reason there.
Sure.
All right, guys, here we go. The fifth game. The Oklahoma Sooners versus the Houston Cougars. Who do you got, Arthur, and why?
Well, I'm Texas for life, so I have to go with Houston, even though I definitely know OU has a higher chance of winning. But I'm still going to support my Texas teams. So this week, I'm going to pick Houston.
See, I'm going to have to disagree with him and his biased beliefs or whatever. I'm going to have to go with Oklahoma. Jalen Hurts will hurt them. On God.
That's a good way to put it. I'm actually going to it's going to be a very close game. Last time Houston played Oklahoma, Houston upset them. I'm going to pick Oklahoma because Jalen Hurts is going to be coming hot off that time where Tua took his spot 2 years ago, and he's like, hey, yo, you forgot about me. I'm still here.
Looking for vengeance.
Yes, he is. So I think that Oklahoma will run away this game, but it could be close at the same time. You never know. It's going to be a great football game. All right, guys, those were our picks. Now we're going to move into our preseason top 5 college football teams of the year. Arthur, hit him with it.
Okay, so my first top pick, of course, is going to be Clemson.
It's a good pick.
They're a phenomenal team. They're, of course, probably going to make it to the championship. And if they're not going to be 15-0, they're probably going to be 14-1. So my first top pick is going to be Clemson. Right at number 2, it's going to be Texas because, of course, I'm extremely biased.
That's a huge pick there. Texas being the number 2 seed this year.
Oh, rest assured, they're going to at least be in the top 5, without a doubt.
Okay.
So I do see Texas. Wholeheartedly.
Wow.
My third pick is the Mighty Ducks. And not just because they're probably not the best team around, but by gosh, have you seen those uniforms?
Their uniforms are fire.
So my third pick overall is going to be the Ducks. Right at 4th is Auburn. Of course, they're always ranked. Usually they're right above mediocre. I wouldn't say they're the best team around, but I do have high hopes for them.
For sure.
And at number 5 is Alabama. Of course, they'll probably meet up with Clemson in the championship again, just like the past 2 years. So my top 5 picks right there.
I'm surprised you have Alabama going so low. I don't know. I don't know what you're thinking on that.
That's tough because then that means they wouldn't even make the college football playoff.
So these are my predictions.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yep.
So
this is your
I have high
preseason
predictions.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
Sure. With my first pick, I will have to go with the Clemson Tigers as well. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is going to go absolutely berserk this year, throwing to Mr. ETN himself and Mr. Higgins. We're going to see how it goes.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. I think ETN's going to be huge for the Clemson Tigers this year.
For sure. With my number 2 pick, I'm going to have to go with the Alabama Crimson Tide. What can you say about this football team other than being number 2 last year and losing to Mr. T. Law? But I think Alabama will be good this year.
It's a good pick.
Again.
Yep.
Number 3, I'm going to have to go with Auburn. Big Cat Bryant's, Derek Brown as your DN and D-line. With my number 4 pick, I'm going to pick LSU. Ed Orgeron and his recruiting class. What can you say about the Tigers?
Yeah, they're a really good team. Have you guys ever seen Death Valley in person?
Oh, the field?
I actually would love to.
Yeah. I actually got the experience to go down there this summer and see Death Valley, and oh my goodness, the atmosphere when it was empty was amazing. You could just
Really?
like feel that people. You know, they actually registered an earthquake once
Oh man.
Oh,
at
really?
LSU because they were so loud in the Alabama game.
That's what I like to hear.
It was really cool to see, and LSU's a great pick.
My 5th pick will go to the Oklahoma Sooners. Jalen Hurts is going to have a crazy season. I think this is his comeback year, and it's going to say a lot for this Oklahoma football team.
Those are some great picks, guys, but my list is going to be a whole lot different than all
I would
of us.
imagine.
All right,
Sure.
here we go.
Yeah.
Number 1, we're going to pick Roll Tide, the Alabama Crimson Tide, going to be number 1, coming back with vengeance, going to make it all the way to national championship, I think, this year. Number 2 is going to be the Clemson Tigers. Clemson is very good. I respect them. I love watching Clemson. ETN and Mr. Sunshine just going to do it all for them this year.
Yeah, sure.
Number 3, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. I think with not as good as I'd like strength of schedule, we're probably going to go undefeated again like we did last year. If we lose a game, we're out. So we have to go undefeated, and I think we have a really big chance of doing that this year.
You must be a really true Notre Dame fan.
Go Irish.
Notre Dame.
I am a diehard
I haven't
Notre
heard of
Dame
them
fan.
since Rudy.
That's good.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
good. That's good. That's good. But let me say, I'm telling you,
I was waiting
Notre
for the
Dame
but.
is going to do really good this year. Also, I just think with Ian Book coming back and quarterback, he's going to control the offense
I definitely
very
agree
well.
with that.
And Notre Dame is known for having always a good defense, so we'll see how they do. Number 4, I'm actually going to pick the Michigan Wolverines.
Ooh.
I think this year with Jim Harbaugh, they're going to do it.
That is a bold statement.
Now that they don't have to go through Urban Meyer, I think they got this. I really think that this year
We'll see.
they're going to finally make it into the college football playoffs. And of course, on the bubble, the Oklahoma Sooners. Unfortunately, we always want a Big 12 team in there, but somehow they usually don't make it.
Honestly.
So I think OU is going to be right on the bubble. They'll have a chance to get in. We'll see what happens there. Great picks, guys. Who is your national champion, Arthur?
I have to go with Clemson. Overall, they're the most consistent team currently in the league. Great coaching staff, like I said earlier, great players. Every player is disciplined. I don't know if you've ever noticed that. But my pick is going to be Clemson.
And I'm going to have to agree, Clemson Tigers, absolutely incredible season last year with their freshman class. Let's see if they do it again.
You know, if you'd asked me 2 days ago, I would have either said Clemson or Notre Dame. But I've been thinking long and hard about this. The Michigan Wolverines are going to be our national champions this year.
Michigan, what?
They're going to win it all this year. Jim Harbaugh is finally going to stop hearing all that nonsense that he's been hearing since he started. You haven't beat Ohio State. Well, not only is he going to beat Ohio State this year, he's going to make it all the way to the national championship.
Andrew, that is a bold statement.
That's a hot take, but I'm a Notre Dame fan and I'm saying this, so it's hurting me on the
Yes.
inside.
That
but-
statement is like the unwanted piece of bread in the loaf.
Yes,
So
and
you
so
better watch out.
we'll see what happens, and you never know. That's what we love college football about.
Right.
It can always be an upset, or maybe, you never know, like hopefully Michigan makes it all the way, because I'm calling it here. You heard it here first on the Tiger'sDen.
I'm going to take the topic off football real quick to talk about the Cowley Sports Update with our own Cowley volleyball team. I had the liberty in interviewing a player before their first scrimmage, and this was our chat.
Hi, I'm Eva. I'm from Plovdiv, Bulgaria.
So, coming from Bulgaria, you're coming to a conference that's finished 5th in the conference last year. How do you feel like you're going to do this year?
I hope for the best. I think we're doing a great job, like practicing and everything. We're getting used to each other, and I think we get better every day.
So, being new to Arc City and being new to America, what is your hangout spot in Arc City?
Well, I love the snow cones. We don't have snow cones in Bulgaria, so I like to hang out there. And I'm meeting like still new people in here. I'm having great fun with my teammates. Yeah.
So, Eva, what is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is definitely Long Shot.
Long Shot?
Yeah.
So, I want to thank Eva for joining us and good luck on the season.
Thank you.
Nice chat, Trevor,
Thank
man.
you,
That's
buddy.
Fantastic.
You did a great
Yep.
job, and good luck to the Cali volleyball team this year. We hope you can bring us home a national championship. Let's do it. Let's bring it here to Cali, baby.
Good luck.
And that's going to do it for today's show, guys. I had a really good time doing it. Did you guys
I did
have
as
fun?
well.
Fantastic.
It was
time.
litty.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a great week, and we'll catch you right back here next week on the Tiger'sDen.
What's up, everybody? It's your man T-Legs. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, anything we have on a social media platform. Go ahead and click the follow button. Links are going to be in the description right here. And make sure you're watching our broadcast once every week.
Thanks.
This is- okay.
Hit it well real fast. Hit it well. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa. Hey. T-Legs. T-Legs. His name is Trevor D.